welcome to This Day with BJ Arnett. I want you all to know that we've been unpacking something really wonderful here today. We've been unpacking how you live out a great relationship, a great marriage between two folk who just want it to work correctly. Does it just happen? No. Don't you believe that? It's a lie. You do have to work on it. And there are steps, and the Beavers are going to help us with those steps. That as we dig into this, we want to find out, what should we do to start? It's easy to go, he did it.
Exactly.
She did it.
Exactly.
But really, what should we start with first in order to be able to work out a really great marriage relationship?
Step one, having a relationship with the creator of marriage, which is Jesus.
Amen.
That's the first step.
Yeah.
And having a good sense of your own identity and knowing who you are. So then that way when you go into this marriage, you're not thinking it's 50-50, because that's another lie that people believe.
It sure is.
Because if it takes another person to make you whole, you're still not going to be whole, because only Christ can make you whole.
That's right.
So it's the relationship with God, yourself, and then really knowing what you're bringing and what you're expecting from the other person.
Mm-hmm.
And realizing that when things go wrong, we always say, if you only have a piece of the pie, you still have to be nice. Because whatever happens, it takes two people. Mm-hmm. And so it's just understanding that the other person brings something to the relationship that you need, and seeing them as an asset and a part of your life versus the enemy or a problem.
I think that's the real sticky wicket. They're not the enemy.
No.
And they're not the problem. And neither are you.
Exactly.
This is an issue over here.
Exactly.
That we've got to continually press away from us.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing, because one of the things we always talk about with our couples is don't focus on the symptom. Mm-hmm. We tend to focus on symptoms of what's going on versus getting to the root cause of what that issue is. Mm-hmm. Like Renee just spoke about a little while ago, we were working with a couple just recently, and we actually talked them through it, saying, okay, nope, that's a symptom. Mm-hmm. That's not what's really bothering you, or that's not really what the thing is. What is it? And it really requires them to do some inward searching first. We mentioned blame thrower, throwing out that blame thrower towards our spouses and those ones we're in relationship with. And if you're doing that, that means you're not looking at me. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we are the source of the issue or the discontent that is in the relationship.
I often take a look at myself, and if I feel, and my husband and I call it picks, mm-hmm. and if I feel a pick, I immediately go looking for the source of the pick. Mm-hmm. I don't look at him. Exactly. I immediately go inside and look at the source of the pick, and I will remove myself from the room mm-hmm. so that I can do a self-examination, because exactly. there's a reason for that pick. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times picks occur in order to show you a red flag exactly. of the area that you need to go work.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That you need to grow in.
Yes.
And it's easier for us in a marriage. And that's why being single is so valuable.
Yes, it is.
Because if you enjoy your singlehood and you know who you are, you know your growth, you know your goals, your dreams, you know what your hot buttons are.
Yes.
When you get into a relationship when something happens, it's easy to not blame the other person, because you realize that, wait a minute, I felt like this when this person wasn't here, so it's not the person. So I always say with women, the issues begin with a reflection in the mirror.
That's it.
And our families of origin are going to either mark us mm-hmm. or they're going to make us have the tools we need. And so we just have to look at that and understand that everything that happens has an origin, and the person that you make a decision to spend the rest of your life with is there to help you and to make you better, and not to make your life miserable.
And I think that for many people is a transfer of thought, because let's just deal with this. Everything you see on television, all of the television series, mm-hmm. Make a husband and wife relationship an adversarial relationship.
Exactly.
So you're watching these programs, they make you laugh, but they make you laugh from the basis of an adversarial relationship. Yeah, right. So, there's a reason that the word says guard
your heart.
Guard your heart with all diligence. Mm-hmm. Your ear gates and your eye gates can't continually receive that information. You expect it not to affect you.
Yes, it's going to. And unfortunately, we see either extreme. Either it's so scripted that there's no truth in it, or it's so adversarial that you're like, how could they stay together if they're that unhappy with each other? And so it's our desire to model for people the reality that marriage is work.
Yes.
But it's not a job. And there are things that you have to know how to do. You have to have the right people in your life. Who are you talking to? Like you talked about, you know, who's telling you? Where's the source of it? Is it the Bible? Are your friends happily married? Does your family love this person you're in a relationship with?
Yes.
One of the things we talked about and we learned early was whatever goes on in our marriage stays between us.
That's it. Oh, that's gold.
You can't share your problems with your mom and your dad and expect for them not to be mad. They're mad when you're mad, and when you're happy, they're still mad. They're still mad. They're still mad.
Because they still haven't gotten over it, and they don't know
haven't.
what you've done to get through it.
They haven't.
And that's going to make your spouse look bad in their eyes.
Yes.
Because you're their baby.
Yes.
So they're going to always have your back no matter what.
And so you should have someone you should talk to, but it should be someone that loves God, loves you and your spouse, and has a heart for marriage. All
So that's
three of
that
those things.
holy counsel.
Yes.
That counsel that gets their understanding of relationship from the Word of God.
Yes.
Because otherwise, you're getting tainted information.
Yes. You're getting their opinion. And my godmother always told me, don't let somebody who don't have a man tell you how to keep yours.
It's the simplicity of stuff like that. You know, you want Auntie so and so to like come on over and knock on your door and say, "Baby, I got a word for you." That is gold.
It is.
It really is.
And it's so important to have those people around you, because sometimes we mention our family members, those ones that know us really, really well, we get jaded, we get these rose-colored glasses when we're in these relationships, and we can't see some things that may not be the best thing for us. So therefore, when you have someone in your intimate circle that can say, you may want to look at this, or you may want to pay more attention to this. Unfortunately, we've worked with couples, they tend to overlook it and just say, I just want what I want, and I want it now.
Yeah, and that want what I want and I want it now should be a demonstration back to yourself, or a reflection back to yourself that says, hey, I have a problem.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know, I'm stomping my feet like a 2-year-old versus really understanding how you have to dissect what is going on inside of you and apply liberally the scriptures that will relieve you from that personal internal pain.
Absolutely. We said it before. I have a problem. That's so key. When you have a conflict or something comes up, you're the one with the issue. So you say, you go to your spouse, I have a problem. When you do ABC, this is how I feel. It may not be accurate, it may not be 100% truth, it's just how you feel. And as long as you're addressing it from a personal perspective, from a me perspective, it doesn't make it become that adversarial conflict.
I think that is also the important part of this, is that you have to be able to identify it to say it.
Yes.
And when you identify it to say it, then it gives the spouse the opportunity to do one of two things. And you know, you have that situation where the spouse may go, yeah, I knew that. That's not helping the situation.
No, it's not. It's not.
That's not helping.
Or when you tell them something that you have a problem with, then they say, well, since you're telling me that, well, let me tell you what you did to me.
Right.
That's tit for tat.
Yep.
Whoever has the problem has the right to come and bring it. And all you should do is receive it and understand it. Not critique it, not provide a solution, but just listen and understand.
So there are, and gosh, this was just someone I was talking to just the other day, and they said, I went to my wife and I said, I'm having a problem with this. And her response was, well, I got it. I realize you're having a problem with that. Now, what I would say you need to do is ...
No.
And then I was like, oh.
We have a new thing we've just learned is that, well, it's in my first book, information not requested is not received. If they didn't ask you, they don't want to know. And so you can give people love, inspiration, and encouragement all day. So lie to them. Lie.
Wow.
Love, inspire, and encourage.
Wow.
Every single day. But if they don't ask you for information and direction and correction, that has to be requested. And so that made my life so much better.
Because if it's not requested, it's not received.
No, they don't understand. They're looking at you like, what are you talking about? So, but you can love, inspire, and encourage them all day long, and people are drawn to that.
Yes.
They're not drawn to correction and criticism. And so a part of making our relationships more healthy is understanding what our role is. And I think we talk too much. And our actions and listen too little, and our actions don't line up But what we're saying is so people that discredits us. So if we're modeling it, that's going to speak more volumes than us saying it over and over and over and over again.
You guys have an opportunity ahead of you to model this in front of seminars and workshops.
That's our heart.
And that becomes so important to people being able to really hide behind a shield as you're speaking and never unveil what's going on in their house, but yet to receive the help and the growth necessary to be able to heal from possibly something extremely difficult. Talk to us about the team that you all have put together in order to be able to help people.
The Rich Relationship Refuge is just the heart of the future of what we want to be able to do virtually right now, but then eventually, because sometimes people do need to get away, and so we realized that we can only work with so many couples, and so we had to duplicate the process of what God has given us, and so that's how we came up with the team to help people in different parts of the country, so everyone has someone they can go to virtually or physically, so that they can have that example physically with them.
You know, that becomes like so important, because if you can stop your mouth just a moment, walk away, run in the bathroom, call your helper, call your advisor, then you're liable to protect the sanctity of that marriage.
And sometimes everything that you feel you shouldn't say. I think that as women, we need to sort our feelings like we sort our laundry, put them in compartmental, and then really think about which load do I want to deal with. Because we go to our spouses with 25 situations, and they're overwhelmed, and they don't know how to deal with it. And so there's a lot of tools that we need to develop as women and men as well, that would really help us to thrive in our relationships.
I think that that's such a healthy point, because as men and women, we are made up very differently.
Very much.
You know, the 25 things to us is the 25 things that we deal with every day. The 25 things to a man is why are you dealing with 25 things?
Exactly.
Because God called them to the broad sweep. And he called us to come alongside to move in those 25 things, to hand back, to be able to orchestrate as one.
And one of the things we actually shared with one of the couples just recently is that's where the exchange comes in, where I help my wife get more compartmentalized in certain things that she's dealing with, and she helps me to get in touch with the emotions and the feelings that I need to do to be in tap and be in sync with her.
And those are the things that only good, healthy, keyword, healthy conversation can help work through. And that's so important. You guys, it's such a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you.
I know that there's so much more
Yes.
to what God's called you all to be and to do. And I know that this is only the beginning. I love the book. I just love this picture. They're just so absolutely cute.
Thank you.
This is a wonderful piece of information and a great tool. It is Rich Relationships, our marital code to oneness. I love it. And there's a refuge team waiting around the corner just for you. So if you feel like you can't do it all yourself, the Beavers can help you, and they've got some people around the country that can help you as well.
Absolutely.
How can people get in touch with you?
They can go to our website. That's the easiest way, richrelationshipsus.com. That's probably the easiest way, or they can call us at 404-936-1642.
I absolutely love it. You guys, I know that some of you are saying, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm not the one with the problem. Okay, erase all those thoughts. Erase all the negative. And just really come into the fact that you want something to be better. If you want it to be better, you've got to start with the one who created life in the first place. There's only one Jesus. There's only one. So first receive him. Walk in relationship with him. Understand that every relationship after that is based upon the relationship that you have with him. Let's start at the beginning. Let's start at the right place. We love you. God bless you. And thank you for being here. Bye-bye.